Hey, what's up? This is the Yo Bro Gaming and Reviews. I'm Wayne,
I'm Zach.
and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a movie that we just got back from. It's Dirty Grandpa, and we're going to talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, share some of the plot with you, and you go first.
Dirty Grandpa. It's a sad story. It really is. It's about a man and a boy and their journey to self-discovery. Yeah, that's not at all what it's about. It's about Robert De Niro, and it's about Zac Efron, Jason, and his grandpa. You decide who was who. The movie starts off, you're at Jason's grandpa's wife's funeral, his grandmother, of course. She's just passed away. And Robert De Niro, he wants to go to Florida so that he can do, I don't know, whatever it is that old people do in Florida. But he wants Jason to take him because they were really close when he was younger, but now Jason has, he's become a lawyer, he's getting married to his fiancée, whatever her name was. We're going to call her Queen Bee because she was anything but nice. She was, I'm not saying the word, my kids might watch this. So he decides to, he was hesitant about it first, but he decides, okay, I'll take my grandpa. He's taking him to, is it Boca?
Yeah.
Boca? Yeah. Boca in Florida to his winter house, whatever it is. So they're on their way and insanity ensues. Now, we're not going to go over every little thing that happens because there's a lot of things we could not do justice to this movie.
Yeah.
First question to answer, is this a great movie? No. It is predictable. It is, you can call a lot of things. And you see a lot of things coming, but that does not mean you did not laugh your ass off while watching this movie. But it's awesome. They get to Florida. First thing his grandpa does is try to score with a woman. Before they even leave to Florida, let's talk about this scene in particular.
Yes, let's.
The house, he goes to meet his grandpa for breakfast at the house, and all he hears is what sounds like a woman screaming, and his grandpa kind of like he's in some sort of distress, and an open bottle of liquor. I'm not cutting none of this out.
No.
He opens the door to his grandpa in nothing but a pair of socks, jerking off to a pornography.
Yes. All you see is Robert De Niro laying there naked with a box of tissues and an open bottle of liquor. Just,
Hey, Jason!
hey!
Come on in!
Hey!
And Efron's...
It's just disgusted. Like, what did I just... I can't unsee that.
So, and his grandpa comes out and he's like, good morning. We'll grab breakfast and we'll go. And he's like, I am so sorry. He's like, what? You watched me do a number 3. No big deal. Which, I never, I guess that I'm going to refer to it from now on as number 3. Hey, I got to go number 3. Back to them heading to Florida. On their way there, they stop at a restaurant and they run into a group of people. And you see Efron's character, Jason, in there. And he's getting all these remarks from his grandpa, calling him all sorts of names like Sissy Boy and...
just a bunch of bad names that we're not going to
this dude,
say.
First of all, Robert De Niro, he did not mail this movie in. He was great in this movie.
Like, where was some of this in, like, some of his older movies?
He just put everything he had into this. But then they run into this group, headed up by, we looked it up. Shadia, played by Zoe Dutch. I don't know if I'm... And Aubrey Plaza, you'll know her from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She plays Lenore, who actually plays a very big part in this movie. She talks about this something about this trifecta. They recognize Zac Efron from Shada. You'll say her name. Shadia. She used to go to photography class with him in Florida alum. So the trifecta gets brought up. So they immediately become attached to them. They're headed to Daytona Beach. They're going to Boca. Well, they get to Boca, playing golf, and the first thing Robert De Niro wants to do is try to score. And as he tells his grandson, he was faithful to his grandmother for 40 years. And
no,
he has
50.
40. He said 40. For 40 years. And for the last 15, through the menopause and the cancer and everything, he's been faithful. and for 15 years he's not had sex, and he wants to do the deed. He wants to be a dirty grandpa. They end up going to Daytona Beach, where they meet up with Lenore and Shadia. I'll get it right eventually. They all get to know each other, and Lenore wants to bang him because he wants to bang De Niro's character because he will complete the trifecta as being a professor. You want to know the rest? Watch the movie, okay?
Yeah.
Don't put so much pressure on me. So yeah, Efron ends up in this situation multiple times with the police.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give spoilers away because this was a good movie. If this was a crap movie, I would tell you everything in it so you wouldn't have to go see it. But it was a good movie. Really thoroughly. I laughed so hard throughout this movie at so many points. And De Niro, okay, look. The point is, they go to Florida. Boy meets girl. Girl likes girl, but things are messed up, and then he has to go back. Okay, we know that's what happens. I'm not going to go into the details of how it happens because it's just funny.
It actually does send a good message and hits a lot of ages. Like, old people would feel this way with Robert De Niro's character, and younger people would feel right at home with Zac Efron's character. And yes, it does send a very good message, but in a very, very dirty way.
Very effed up way.
Yes, a very effed up way.
De Niro brought his grandson there to try to help him because he sees his life a certain way that he doesn't agree with. And you learn a lot about his grandpa that no one knew, not even his son.
Yeah.
And Lenore, she's after him because of the professor thing. It's funny, and it's a running joke throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they don't just tease with each other like they want to do something. They just flat out like, I want your last dying breath to be with your face in my vagina. Don't watch that. So let's just talk about some of the things that we liked, because that's basically the plot. They go to Florida, a lot of crazy things happen, and things got to come together like most movies. It is a beat for beat, typical cliche type movie, but it gives a lot outside of that make up for it. Like I said, not a great movie, but a really good movie.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this first off. De Niro and Efron's
Chemistry.
Their chemistry, yeah. Wayne, you go first.
All right. Oh wow, I haven't seen these two in a movie together, and I really wouldn't know their chemistry before this. But bringing these two that have not acted in a movie together, bringing them into one movie together, their chemistry was so strong. You did not lose a beat with them at all. I told him on the way to the movie theater that I wanted to laugh, and that's what I did throughout this entire movie.
You really believe they were a grandfather and a grandson.
Yeah.
And there's points where they're like really, really close, and there's points where it looks like Efron just wants to straight up strangle him. And then there's parts where you look at Efron's character and you're just like, pussy. Or what was one of the running jokes? His lesbian granddaughter.
Yes.
And I want to also talk about the relationship between Lenore and De Niro's character.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest relationship. Like, he just wanted... one of the lines in the movie, he says, and this is towards the end, she's looking at a hide-a-bed, and she's like, I like your couch. It pulls out. He says, that's the only thing that's going to be pulling out tonight.
Like I said, this movie is like
dirty.
Really dirty.
Dirty is the key word. Dirty grandpa. And I thought, it's just going to be your cliche Pete. No, they went hard R in this movie.
Yeah, like it should have been R.
You see more of De Niro than you really wanted to see.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. This movie is dirty with a capital D.
Things that you didn't like. Let's get that, because there's so much that we did like about this movie. First of all, everyone did great performances in this movie.
Yes, everyone.
Wonderful performances. De Niro really did well. Efron, I've never been a big fan, but this movie, I think, really turns me around on him. I really look forward to seeing what else he can do. But like I said, with every good thing, there's always something bad.
Before I actually do step into my negatives, and I know people are really wanting to see this, I grew up watching a lot of Disney movies and stuff like that. Zac Efron has not disappointed me at all. Like, you see all these other ones, Miley Cyrus, Vanessa Hudgens, all of them, like, failing or whatever, but you see Zac Efron, he's not failed whatsoever. My negatives. There was one character in the movie that I really didn't like. It was actually his fiance.
Oh my god, why did I bring this up? She
She
was such a bitch!
like he knew that he was gonna get married, but she was bringing it up in like such a harsh way, like so freaking controlling. I mean, I'm like, I honestly felt sorry for the dude. Like, not to say
Yeah,
that he
he
was getting
was-
married. I mean, I actually congratulated him on getting married in this movie, but she was just so controlling throughout this entire thing. I did not like that. Now, if she was like the complete opposite of that, like actually like, oh, here you go, if you don't want to do this, but remember we are on a time frame, I would have been okay with a character like that.
She was not. No, I'm going to piggyback off of you because she was a thunder cunt. I'm sorry, I didn't want to cuss. She was a fucking thunder cunt. I didn't like her attitude towards him, and even once, I'm not going to say she was just like that throughout the whole movie. His cousin Nick was another
Oh,
guy.
jeez.
Dude was such a druggie. He's at the funeral drunk and getting high.
Off a vapor.
Let's talk about Pam.
Oh,
Pam.
Jesus.
Pam.
Oh, wow, that dude.
Short for Pamela.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a dude. It's a dude. It's not a chick.
This
He's the druggie.
this dude is out there, like Shaggy level from
Oh my
Scooby Doo.
God, he was
This dude was
hilarious, though.
so out there, you would not believe it.
He was hilarious, though. I loved him. I loved Pam. And Pam was there at the end to help.
Yeah,
That's what's important, kids. You help your friends.
Yeah.
No matter what the reasons, no matter what type of a person you are, as long as you're a good friend, you're a good person.
yes.
And even you will. I don't know where I'm going with this, so I'm just going to shut up. And this was a public service announcement by yours truly, Yo Bro Gaming Review Channel.
More you know.
So going on, there was a few negatives, but I didn't have a problem with the pacing. You find out that Efron does he wants to he wanted to be a photographer, so he changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they give you the moral of the story. You know, be yourself. Don't let other people tell you how you should be.
Yeah.
And I think that was the moral of this movie. And I liked that. I liked that throughout all the dirtiness and all the disgusting language and the very messed up scenes, I like that they gave you that levity. And they did give you the points where they brought you down to earth and like, hey, this has an emotional core to it.
What you just said, having people not tell you how to live your life, that's what pretty much Robert De Niro's character was trying to do throughout this movie.
Without giving anything away.
Yeah, if this is a spoiler, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil anything, but I think this is what Robert De Niro's character was trying to tell to Zac Efron. Don't let anyone try to tell you how to live your life and how to do what you want to do.
So, overall impressions. I like this movie. Again, it's not the best movie in the world, but it's better than what I've seen the last few movies I've gone to.
Mhm.
And I really liked this movie, and I thought it was a good performance by both men. I like to see De Niro doing what De Niro does, and
Yeah.
I have come around on Efron. I have crapped on him, but now I believe he's as good of an actor as people have said. What are your final thoughts?
Again, to piggyback off you, I love De Niro and all the movies that he's done. Now, you did say something about The Godfather. I haven't seen those movies yet. I still yet need to.
It's gonna happen, folks.
Yeah,
And
it's
when
gonna
we do,
happen.
We're gonna do a video of his reactions
Yeah.
watching The Godfather.
And
gonna
like I
happen.
said, I haven't seen him in The Godfather, but I have seen him in a lot of movies. I love his acting. I love the stuff that he does. But to be honest with you, I know he's done comedy movies in the past, but this is actually like the first serious comedy movie that I've seen him in.
So that was our final thoughts. Time to rate this movie. I'm gonna give this movie, wait for it, 8.5.
All right.
You?
I'm going to step it up a digit. I'm going to give this movie a 9.5. Now, normally I would put it at a 10, but I'm going to give this one a 9.5. I mean, there were some things that were lacking, but yeah, 9.5.
So this was our review. Thank you all for who watched it. If you liked this video, hit that thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel, Yo Bro Gaming Reviews, at youtube.com. Follow us on Twitter, Zach2002.
You follow me on PlayStation Network at Punisher Slayer 19.
Thank you again. God bless America. We will see you later. Drink beer!